It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders on Thursday night.
Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. CD, these Commanders, a last-place ball club in 2022. In most cases, you'd say that was a lost season, but they finished 8-1, 500. That would have won the NFC South. What kind of a chance do you give them in what is certainly a loaded NFC East?
And you're exactly right about the division, so you have to be cautious about what you think with this team. They've got to continue to play excellent defense and get some improvement on the offensive side of the ball and establish who their quarterback is going to be.
And then for the visiting Bears, they want to wipe the slate clean from 2022. Now, working in their favor, we've seen plenty of teams in the NFL make big turnarounds from year to year. What can the Bears do to just get back closer to maybe 7-8 wins, Charles?
Well, they want to coalesce all this young talent that they're accumulating and guys that they've brought in from the outside and start to build a culture, a feeling around this team that they know they can compete week in and week out.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
Howell got the nod from Commanders leadership to be the team's starter this year. A nice bump for last year's 5th-round pick. One start as a rookie and didn't look bad at all, winning the team's finale. And let's not forget, this is a guy who was once viewed as a first-round pick, so there's plenty of promise hidden beneath the surface.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Howell, first play, going to throw it. Being chased out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's Gervon Dexter who got in to drop him.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long. Here's Howell. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. And Howell will throw it. Open man is Samuel, complete. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep, Trent Taylor. This is fielded at the 27. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return, and the Bears take over. So here come the Bears to take over on offense behind their 3rd-year quarterback, former Ohio State Buckeye Justin Fields.
We all knew Fields was an incredible athlete coming out of college, and last season he unleashed it upon the NFL. Ran for over 1,100 yards and would have broken the quarterback single-season record if he had played the full season. He also threw 17 touchdown passes, and that's the next jump for him. More consistency as a passer.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. At their 36-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mooney, the motion man right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago. So, Charles, this defense in for a tough matchup. What do you think the game plan is here tonight?
Well, I think the game plan is the same as most, which is, hey, pass rushers, do your job. Coverage guys, do your job. And the linebackers are going to be a mix. Sometimes they'll drop in coverage. Sometimes they'll pressure the quarterback. But all in all, you never want to let that quarterback get a string of completions going, because if so, they're hard to deal with, and it makes for a long evening.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. A good pickup there, a 22.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
A man who led the league in yards per carry last year, it's Khalil Herbert.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down.
To throw is Fields.
Buying time to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Back to throw, Fields.
Touchdown Bears! DJ Moore from 8 yards out.
And the Bears put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Here's Antonio Gibson. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion.
So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Out of the gun, it's Howell.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8 as they've got it as we resume action. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
And here's Taylor on the return.
It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Starting on the ground with Herbert.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool.
And he's brought down. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now it's Fields.
And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep.
That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
Montez Sweat in good form there as he sacks another quarterback. And he's in good form in 2022 as well. Put up 8 sacks coming up with an injury-shortened campaign the year prior.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Following the made field goal, out instead is the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick this away. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he returns this to the 22. And the Washington offense heading out. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Powell.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Powell, he'll look to throw it. That would complete downfield to Thomas. Big yardage that time for Washington. 49 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Back to throw. Howell. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Another throw for Howell. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Howell now to throw it.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Now Howell. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Fields. Completion here to Claypool.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Now Fields. Claypool with another catch.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Here's Fields. Locates Mooney on the out route.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
To the air again, Fields.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman.
This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now Herbert to start the drive, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Fields going to keep it running left. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it, ends up getting the ball stripped.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Throwing here, Howell. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Did he get the feet down? Yes! Touchdown! Curtis Samuel, 28 yards. And the Commanders are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine, but going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. Steps away to his left. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Read option, here's Herbert. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Another carry for Herbert on second down. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
A shotgun snap, Fields able to find the open man. That's complete.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down throw, Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Second and a couple. To throw is Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Chase Claypool,
28 yards, and the Bears have taken the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Santos now to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field.
They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Little bootleg here. Howell.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Howell throwing on first down here.
And Thomas has it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now they go play action with Howell. That's out to the flat for Gibson. So no gain on the play, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Gibson on the read option. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. And Howell will throw it.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Herbert powering up the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Herbert once more. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Foreman powering ahead. And shedding a man at the 40. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Let's go, baby. Guys, ready. Get right.
Fields down to a knee here, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with